Good evening, welcome to the Royal Albert Hall here in London and tonight's big live boxing occasion. It's the night young Barry McGuigan comes to town. Well, as you know, McGuigan is just about the hottest boxing property around at the moment, but all his big fights have taken place in Belfast. Well, tonight we get a chance to see him here in London, and the fans, well, it's absolutely packed here. They've come by the plane load from Southern Ireland, from Northern Ireland, and the London fans are here to see him too. Well, Esteban Eguia is the challenger tonight for McGuigan's European featherweight crown. Eguia's in the ring, and McGuigan, I think we're going to see him very shortly now. Well, there you just about see McGuigan and his handlers. His trainer in front of him, Eddie Shaw there. A lot of handlers taking care of him, Paddy Byrne. And in front there you see Barney Eastwood, his manager, the man who steered his career so far. And there is Barry, perhaps the coolest head in the hall at the moment. Having his 22nd pro contest tonight, he is of course the British and Commonwealth champion as well as the European title holder. And his defence of the crown, which he won last November in Belfast, scheduled for 12 rounds. But what a welcome he's getting here. Wonderful atmosphere. And listen to this welcome, this London welcome for Barry. Well, it's almost difficult to hear yourself think here at the Royal Albert Hall tonight. Wonderful welcome for Barry McGuigan. And alongside me is a man who knows a little bit about this Royal Albert Hall. It's Barry's father, Pat, and it's a few years since you were here, isn't it?
Yeah, 16, Desmond, 16 years.
And you were here for a rather special reason, with a European title in mind yourself at the time.
Well, yeah, I was here representing Ireland in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1968.
And you did pretty well.
I did pretty well. I've come out with number 3.
I don't suppose the atmosphere was quite like this, though, Pat,
Not just exactly the same, but pretty, pretty overawing for me, you know.
What do you reckon about this welcome he's got here tonight? Because you expect it in Northern Ireland, but what about here in London?
Fantastic, it really is. Absolutely fabulous. I couldn't believe it, you know.
Do you get worked up before a fight such as this for Barry?
Sure, I do, yeah. I can hardly talk to you now, you know.
Tell us what he was like in the dressing room just now, because you were down there talking to him. Does he get anxious himself and worked up?
Yes, he does. He was very nervous. He was very much on edge, which actually is a good thing, because I like to see him like that, you know. It means that he's pretty well on top of himself, you know.
Right. Well, good luck to him. And Pat, nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
Go down and take your ringside seat. Don't get too nervous yourself.
Not too nervous.
To see you. Stay there just for 1 second, because the fight, as I say, scheduled for 12 rounds. Harry Carpenter, of course, is at ringside, and very soon we'll get the formal announcements.
Gentlemen, please. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. A 12 rounds featherweight contest of 3 minutes each round at 9 stone for the featherweight championship of Europe. Between and introducing to you the challenger from Santana in Spain, Esteban Eguia. And in this corner, defending his title, the featherweight champion of Great Britain and Europe, Barry McGuigan. At the weigh-in at 1 o'clock this afternoon, both boys scaled 8 stone, 12 and 3/4 pounds. your officials appointed by the EBU, your referee Armand Cree for France, your judge Jean Deswar of Belgium and Overson of Denmark, and your timekeeper is Tom Powell.
Well, it's a long time since the old Albert Hall has had a night like this. The Irish really have turned out to give their boy welcome, and so have many of the London fight fans. It's a marvellous crowd, a marvellous occasion, and let's hope for a marvellous fight. They weigh the same, both a pound and a quarter inside the 9-stone featherweight limit. French referee, and McGuigan starts an overwhelmingly odds-on favourite. And all of McGuigan's world title prospects in the next year or 18 months depend on this. The challenger from Spain wearing the white trunks, Esteban Eguia. 30 years old now, Eguia, been around a long time. He's held Spanish titles at different weights. He's made 2 previous attempts to win a European title unsuccessfully. But he does know his way around. And tonight he's having his 49th professional fight as against McGuigan's 22nd. The one thing Eguia has shown in all his previous fights has been durability. He's been stopped only once. Barry spread across the waist of his trunks. He was totally brilliant, McGuigan, in his last fight in Belfast against Jose Carver of the Dominican Republic. Eguia showing a threatening right hand early on. Small men, and this championship will be boxed at lightning pace. And Eguia has shown no signs of being overawed by the reception given to McGuigan, by the fact that he's in London and that he's the underdog. No signs of nerves at all, and he's made a good, brisk and confident start against McGuigan and threatening to take the action away from him in the opening round. Knocks the Spaniard's head back. McGuigan had to work hard to pinch it. And the crowd enjoyed it. This is the 23-year-old young star from Ireland, Barry McGuigan, from Clones, County Monaghan. Fighting in London for the first time in 2 years. European and British champion. Well, there was one little left hand here that spelled danger for Eguia. That was it. It's absolutely struck out like lightning, and Eguia never saw it coming. But all the same, McGuigan had to work for his points there, and Eguia was never overawed and showed speed and some skill. So a good, bright start. to this European Championship fight
Seconds out.
in an electric atmosphere. Eguia, curly-haired, wearing the white shorts, bringing 8.5 years experience as a professional to bear on this fight. He's been both bantam and featherweight champion of Spain, and he had 2 goes to win the European bantamweight title. That's one weight down from this, but wasn't successful either time. The only man who's ever stopped Eguia is Valerio Nati of Italy, and strangely enough, Nati is the man that McGuigan stopped in 6 rounds last November, to win this title, the European Championship. Goes in to score heavily, so Eguia comes back at him, showing all the signs of being a reasonable challenger. This fight was considered by many to be one-sided and not a match when it was made. The European Boxing Union insisted that Eguia was the official challenger, and even the British Boxing Board suggested that he wasn't a suitable match for McGuigan, but he hasn't started too badly. Oh, he's got it, left hand, whipped it over, and a right to follow before he went down. He was still on the ropes, and I think this may well be the end in the second round. He's got up, and his signal is okay. On he goes, round 2. The left got him, and the right went like a spear into his body. And Eguia, to his credit, is fighting back. But he won't be able to take McGuigan's punches. But full marks to the Spaniard. He's come right back at McGuigan. What a good recovery. He looked out to me. He's gone again, left again. And this time he's getting up again. He looked as though he wasn't going to make it. And he's up again for the second time. Second round. There's the bell. And they haven't heard it. Neither has the referee. The bell's ringing away. And nobody in the ring can hear it. Must have gone on for 5 seconds. And the referee's complaining that the bell isn't loud enough and he can't hear it. What sensations in the second round. Eguia down twice, and Monsieur Krief for France complaining he couldn't hear the bell, and he certainly didn't hear it. Right, the first knockdown we can show you again. This was the left hand, first of all, as Eguia retreated to the ropes. A left whipped out and caught him. There he was, and as he went back to the ropes, leaning against him, so that right came in savagely to the body. And I never thought he beat the count, but he did. And it was a left hand that got him down again the second time. There it is. And the following hook went over his head, perhaps as well for Eguia.
Seconds out.
Well, the hour were always buzzing when they started. Now listen to it. Round 3. No way Eguia can last now. McGuigan's power of punch clearly too much for him. But again, the little Spaniard fighting back for all he's worth. Left into McGuigan's face. He's not giving in easily. But he's got him again. Left, right. This time on his face. And this time he will not make it. He's counted out. Knockout. Third round. McGuigan retains the European title just about as decisively as anyone could hope for. world title prospect indeed. And the whole world will know about that win before very long. And the whole of the Albert Hall now is reacting in a very excited way indeed to that win of McGuigan's.